Guys, today I'll be answering a very interesting question. Like, is trying to figure out your daydreaming making it helpful or making it more addictive? I saw this on a Facebook group where someone was like, every time I get out of my daydream, I go to forums and all these things to try to figure out the meaning of my daydream, try to figure out, to come up with connections of if this is this, if this is because I was abandoned, all these things. And then this guy got to the point where he realized that this trying to figure out actually made it more addictive. Actually, it's very true. When you try to figure it out, you're trying to figure out a symptom. You're trying to figure out a behavior which is not a problem. And anything you try to figure it out, something about your mind is it will always seek self-preservation, or it will always seek a distraction from facing the reality of the situation. So this trying to figure it out, like let's say you daydream about, let's say your mom, let me just use as an example, and then once you get out of that daydream, you end up going for forums and like looking for people who have similar experiences, because you want to come up with connections. So because now you are obsessed, let's say, so this is how it happens. So you are engaging in this behavior which is, let's say it may not even be that addictive yet, but because you are engaging in it, you end up also, once you get out of the behavior, you also end up on reading or trying to figure out things about the behavior. What happens? So it means that if you are spending, for example, 3 hours a day in the imaginary world, and then you get out of it, and then you are now spending 1 hour or 2 hours or even 4 hours trying to analyze it, what happens? It means that the behavior is controlling your life. So the behavior, which was just a normal behavior, which we, even if we try to figure it out, will always be conclusions, and all conclusions will never be facts. It's just a conclusion, depending on your perception now, means that instead of doing something constructive, like let's say taking responsibility in real life, let's say you are now, we've just agreed that you are daydreaming and it's okay, but now once you get out of it, instead of trying to figure it out, like going for forums, going to all those things, trying to go to, let's say, to read more sci-fi novels like Star Wars books, just to try to understand this and that, you would be, instead of doing that, let's say you would be using this time to look for another job, or to deal with your own self-care, to work on the pain. It will mean that you are still getting stuck with the symptom, like the thing which is not the problem, but you're still getting stuck there. And the more you do that, the more it becomes even more and more addictive, because your real life, you are analyzing the thing which is addictive, and the thing which is addictive is still growing more and more because you are ignoring real life. So instead of getting lost with trying to figure it out, just see the daydreaming as daydreaming, and then now come back to your real life and like, hey, how am I feeling now? Am I feeling anxious? Am I feeling sad? Am I feeling lonely? Because once you look at that, is the point where you'll start getting solutions and taking back control from that addictive behavior.